Hey there, Twisted Sage here. Ooh, 26-degree Aquarius moon, 10 degrees sun and Sag. It's been odd. To me, slightly eerie, but maybe somber is the term. So, a significant thing happening today, though, is we have the planet of Jupiter, the planet of abundance, higher knowledge. Even its home sign, left its home sign and entered the, I'm going to call it the gangster reunion. All the planets, the stellium of planets in Capricorn. Gangster reunion because, well, Capricorn energy rules the gangster. I'm going to take what I want. The colder aspect of it would be going to do whatever it takes to get what it desires. Very much chess is very much a Capricorn game, but anyway, so Jupiter doesn't necessarily like to be here, and it's not going to. Its job expanding is going to be restricted now because Capricorn and Saturn are going to be puppeteering Jupiter. Along with houses and whatnot, like when Jupiter's in Capricorn's house, so it's got to abide by those rules. And so again, Capricorn, deals with structure, deals with restriction. Capricorn is no, Leo is yes. Capricorn or Saturn is going to give you what you deserve. Lord of Karma. So along with Venus is now 8 degrees in Capricorn as well, which may, I want to say, the first thing that comes to mind is put restrictions on money. Things aren't gonna. It's gonna take that hard work maybe to get things to move now. You're gonna have to. For myself, I guess it's slightly in. It's in. I got some of this Capricorn in my 5th house, some in my 6th house. Which I guess it's probably why I like football so much, because it's structure. 5th house being the house of play and expression. Football being very much a controlled environment with many rules to abide by. Must be why I like the snowboarding aspect. It appeases my Aquarius, where it's much more freedom in that sport. Let's jump back on Jupiter. So Jupiter is a 12-year cycle, so very much Jupiter can rule the theme of a year because it stays in one sign for a year. So think back 12 years ago. It takes Jupiter to complete a cycle in 12 years. So 12 years ago, what was your life? I very much just I thought it was Pluto and Capricorn that, I'm not going to say put me in prison, because Capricorn can very much rule, be imprisoned. But looking at it now, it was probably the influence of both. But yeah, I went to prison right after Jupiter went into Capricorn. I only served 7.5 months on a year sentence. Nonetheless, it's interesting to look back because I wasn't that hip to the energies playing out on me like that. Granted, if I had made different decisions or whatnot Obviously, I wouldn't have ended up in prison, but at that time, I have a 2-degree Cancer moon. So for me, Jupiter hitting Capricorn is an abundance of, Capricorn is going to be non-emotional, and Cancer is the epitome of emotional. So I had this giant opposition to my emotions, which I was just freshly out of what I thought was going to be my forever relationship, and I was pretty well crushed. So because I didn't rebound emotionally well from that breakup, poor decisions led to me basically self-sabotaging and putting myself in prison over stupid shit. But my self-worth was in the gutter. So yeah, this definitely liking where my life's at. This much more with this transit of Jupiter. Although it feels like there's so many unknowns, but I feel like I'm doing the right shit this time. I'll always be an emotional person, but perhaps I'm not. My emotions aren't going to bring me to my knees the way they were in the past. Okay, let's jump on the moon in Aquarius. Weather-wise, it's been, ever since the moon moved into Aquarius, man, it's been the weirdest calmness. Like the last two, so I guess we're approaching the 2.5 day mark of the moon transiting the sign. And let me check my time. Okay. I got, the stillest, not a pine needle moving in the wind, like no breeze, deadly calm. And we're dealing with moon, dealing with changing the mood of a moment of a day, and in the fixed air sign, and it's been the exact opposite of that. I feel like I can feel that Capricorn energy just ruling over everything. Nobody makes a move unless Saturn says so. Because you got Mars sextiling. Although relationship between male and female should be good, there's a sextile between Mars and Venus, and also a lesser of importance, but Juno dealing with the wife or the spouse is in sextile to the sun. That basically 9 to 10, so I guess the sun's moving away from it, so perhaps last few days have been should be harmonious between man and wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But then also relationship between male and females right now should be, with the sextile, it just requires that you engage in it, and it's harmonious. But yes, it's business time now. Capricorn dealing with how we're perceived in the world. Playtime's gonna be over this year. It's gonna be all business. Would be a theme for me. It's aspecting my health, and I think I've done pretty good at changing a lot of habits. So I'm expecting Saturn to karmically pay me right. All right, let me check that time again. All right, I'm going to end it, guys. Namaste.